Imagine a country having the most seismic activity in the world. Can you guess which one it is? Yes, it's Japan. A land of serene beauty, yet beneath its surface lurks an underbelly of constant geological turmoil. It's not just earthquakes and tsunamis that this island nation has to grapple with, but plane crashes too. A trifecta of disasters that would seem almost too much for any country to bear. Stay tuned as we delve into why Japan experiences such a high frequency of earthquakes, tsunamis, and even plane crashes. Let's peel back the layers of this fascinating yet dangerous coexistence. Japan is a unique country sitting on the edge of several tectonic plates. This island nation nestles on the convergence of not one, not two, but three major tectonic plates: the Pacific Plate, the Philippine Sea Plate, and the Eurasian Plate. Let's delve a bit deeper into this geological jigsaw. The Pacific Plate, located beneath the Pacific Ocean, is constantly moving northwestwards. It's a process known as subduction, where one tectonic plate moves under another, sinking into the Earth's mantle. This movement is not always smooth, and when the Pacific Plate grinds against the Eurasian Plate, it can cause significant seismic activity. Moving southward, the Philippine Sea Plate is another key player in this tectonic tale. It's on a journey northwards towards the Eurasian Plate. This movement, coupled with the Pacific Plate's subduction, creates a complex and active seismic region known as a triple junction. Now let's turn our attention to the Eurasian Plate. This plate, comprising a large portion of the Earth's landmass, including the entirety of Eurasia, is being pressured from both the Pacific and Philippine Sea Plates. Imagine being in a crowd where everyone is pushing against you from different directions. That's what's happening to the Eurasian Plate, and Japan, sitting right on top of it, feels the effects. So what does this mean for Japan? Well, the constant movement and interaction of these plates lead to frequent and often powerful earthquakes. The energy that's released during these quakes can be phenomenal, sometimes causing devastating tsunamis. You see, the Earth's crust is like a giant puzzle, and the pieces are always moving, albeit very slowly. In conclusion, Japan's geographical location makes it a hotspot for seismic activity. It's not just about being in the ring of fire, it's about being at the intersection of three major tectonic plates, each moving in its own direction, each contributing to the tremors that shape the land and sea. So, the geographical location and tectonic activities contribute significantly to the high frequency of earthquakes in Japan. If earthquakes weren't enough, Japan also experiences a high number of tsunamis. And to fully understand why, we need to take a deep dive beneath the ocean surface. You see, tsunamis are typically triggered by undersea earthquakes. When the Earth's crust shifts on the ocean floor, it displaces a colossal amount of water, setting off waves that race across the ocean at high speeds. Now let's zoom in on Japan. The country sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a major area in the basin of the Pacific Ocean where a large number of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur. This makes the surrounding oceanic crust highly unstable, causing frequent undersea earthquakes. But that's only half the story. Japan's coastal geography also plays a crucial role in its vulnerability to tsunamis. The country is predominantly made up of steep slopes and narrow coastal plains. When a tsunami wave reaches these areas, it has nowhere to go but up, causing the wave to become taller and more destructive as it moves inland. Further, Japan's many coastal cities and towns are often in the direct path of these waves. Without sufficient natural barriers to slow down or disrupt the waves, these populated areas bear the full brunt of the tsunami. This combination of undersea earthquakes and coastal geography explains why Japan is often hit by devastating tsunamis. Now let's shift our focus to the skies. Japan has also seen a significant number of plane crashes. What are the reasons behind these incidents? Well, it's a combination of factors that make Japanese skies a challenging terrain for pilots. Firstly, Japan's geographical location poses a unique set of meteorological challenges, from sudden typhoons to intense thunderstorms. These rapidly changing weather conditions can test even the most experienced of pilots. Then there's the complexity of Japan's airspace. With one of the busiest airports in the world, Tokyo's airspace is a hive of activity. Navigating through this requires precision and intense concentration, increasing the risk of error. And let's not forget the country's mountainous terrain. The Japanese archipelago is predominantly mountainous, which can make both takeoffs and landings particularly tricky. Pilots need to navigate these natural obstacles, often in adverse weather conditions, adding another layer of difficulty to their task. These factors make flying in Japan a challenge. contributing to the frequency of plane crashes. Understanding Japan's unique challenges with natural disasters and plane crashes is crucial. We've explored the geographical features of Japan that make it a hotbed for earthquakes and tsunamis. From its location on the Pacific Ring of Fire to its deep-sea trenches, the country's terrain plays a significant role in its vulnerability to these disasters. We've also delved into the history of tsunamis in Japan, highlighting the tragic Fukushima disaster that not only led to devastating loss of life but also had long-term effects on the environment and food safety. In addition, we've examined the issue of plane crashes in Japan, shedding light on how natural disasters can complicate air travel and aviation safety. The importance of understanding these challenges cannot be overstressed. It's crucial for disaster management, infrastructure development, and aviation safety. By gaining insight into these issues, we can enhance our preparedness and response strategies. Whether it's improving building codes to withstand earthquakes, developing early warning systems for tsunamis, or enhancing aviation safety measures, this knowledge can be instrumental. By understanding these issues, we can better prepare and respond, potentially saving lives and reducing damage. Knowledge is power, after all.